Hello and welcome to the Fuji Speedway in near Gotemba in Japan, just off the bottom of Mount Fuji. You can actually, is that in the background? You can see it actually, yeah, in the background to the right, that is Mount Fuji, where we have the Japanese Grand Prix. It's round 4 of the 2026 F1 Fantasy season, and we have a great race in store for you today. It's the first time race of the season on an FIA Grade 1 track. So yeah, it'll be interesting, very interesting indeed. Let's go through your grid then straight away. And at the back, it's the usual suspects. Drogovic at the back, then it's Ocon, Doohan and Vesti. Hopefully the two Cadillacs, I mean, they're going to be better. They haven't announced that they're doing anything weird this weekend, so hopefully they're not going to be 10 laps down come the end of the race. Anyway, then we've got the rest of the field, the actual rest. We've got Sainz, Lawson, Colapinto, Leclerc, a shocker from him. Same with Colapinto, he's been doing well recently. Then we've got Bortoletto, Albon, Zane Maloney, Pourchaire, Hadjar, Antonelli, Sonoda, the first time he's not been on pole this season. He got a hat-trick of poles in the opening 3 rounds. And it's Verstappen, Gasly, Russell, Behrman, Norris, Jack Crawford. What a qualifying from him, the rookie, in only his 4th start, plus the few replacement drive he's done. There's your pole sitter Oscar Piastri. He's not had the best start of the season so far. He's got P2 on the grid at New Zealand, but apart from that, hasn't really had much to show for. Crashed out of that race, and then Australia and China aren't really much either. So yeah, not long now until lights out. It's Maloney, Drogovic and Vesti's first race back since skipping the last one to do Formula E or IMSA. It was Formula E for Drogovic and Maloney. Neither of them really had much to celebrate. Vesti and IMSA at Sebring not doing too badly. But yeah, let's see how this race goes then. It's going to be a good one. It's the first time F1's been to this track since 2008. So it's a track that these cars are kind of used to. I mean, they are a bit different to the 2008 cars, but they are pretty similar engines and that. So, yeah, how long we got? About 40 seconds until lights out, or the formation lap starts, sorry. And, yeah, of course, if you do need reminding, we're in the 2013 cars, because the 2026 cars still aren't ready, with a 2-week gap between this race and the South African Grand Prix. Hopefully, this will be the last race in the 2013 cars, and we can have the 2026 cars ready for Kyle Army. Which is actually 2 XF1 tracks in a row, that were returning tracks in a row, I should say. But yeah, let's get going. Any second now. There we go, they're underway. And away they go. There they are. Anyway, let's go over your normal, what we do for normally. Track facts. Fuji Speedway, FIA Grade 1. Opened in 1966, 60 years ago, then closed in 2003 for some redevelopment, and then reopened 20 years ago in April 2005. Let me just go, there we go. Currently hosts the WEC 6 Hours of Fuji. It's been hosting that every year since 2012, apart from 2020 and 2021. GT World Challenge Asia, every year since 2017, apart from those 2 years mentioned. Super GT, 93 every year since, apart from 2004. Super Formula, 1973, 75 to 79, 82 to 03, then 05 to present. What happened in 2004? Anyway, then we got Lamborghini Super Trofeo Asia, every year since 2012, apart from 2020 and 2021 and 2022 actually. Then of course, used to hold the Japanese Grand Prix, 1976, 77, and 07 to 08. Of course, had that famous race where Niki Lauda had to put into the pits because he deemed the race not safe enough. MotoGP came here for the Japanese Motorcycle Grand Prix in 1966 and 67. Asian Le Mans Series for the 4 Hours of Fuji from 2013 to 2018. And the World Sports Car Championship from 1982 to 1988. It's a 4.563 kilometers long, 2.835 miles, it's 16 turns. The lap record is a 1:18.426 from Felipe Massa in the Ferrari F2008 in 2008, and of course, in an F1 car. For once, that lap record might not actually be broken. I feel like if we're in the 2026 cars, it probably would be, but we're not in It's similar cars, as I said earlier, so you never know what will happen. But let's see how this race goes. We've got the championship leader Lando Norris in third on the grid. Piastri's teammate on pole. Crawford looking racy in second. Let's see how this all can go when the 5 lights light up. This is an awful camera angle. That's even worse. 5 lights will light up though. And it's lights out and away they go. Who's going to get a better start? I think Crawford's actually had no, he's not had an awful start for Jack Crawford. That's a huge shame for the American as he drops down the pack. But it's Piastri who'll lead into turn 1. So who's that going to send it round inside? It's Oliver Behrman. Crawford actually not too bad, but it's Piastri who leads through turn 1 and 2. Towards turn 3 now, some grass kicked up there on the flat out king. But it's Piastri who leads and he moves into the inside. Crawford sends one down the inside. Norris up into second place. He almost goes off the track there, almost spins the car around, I think. A brilliant, perfect start from Oscar Piastri though. As Crawford now wide almost, it's Behrman in second against Lando Norris. Behrman goes round the outside, Crawford sends one. He's had a very chaotic start to this race. Verstappen in 4th, Tsunoda in 6th place. He's on a few positions made up, so is Verstappen actually. Not too sure who the biggest drop off is. It might be George Russell, he's lost a few positions, as well as of course Jack Crawford. Tsunoda down inside and his teammate. The home driver as Crawford goes in the grass and very wide. He's had a horrible start unfortunately. As Piastri still leads from Behrman, the man who won the opening round of the season. Behrman in second place, Tsunoda in third. 5 positions on this opening lap for the home driver. Can he win his home Grand Prix and get redemption from when he lost out on it 2 years ago? The race he was dominating at Autopolis, but it's Piastri who leads Behrman. No, Behrman leads Piastri as they go towards turn 1. And the safety car's out. The safety car boards are out. So they'll keep racing until the line. Hopefully we have no incidents like we had at Troyton and New Zealand. I think we will be fine. Goodness me, don't crash into each other. But it's Behrman who took the lead. And he will have the lead. Who was it that went off? Not too sure. No one's got any issues. Rear wing flying off though. That's Felipe Drugovich. That's a huge shame for the Cadillac driver. The new team, if it's not slowness, it crashes and he just cannot catch a break. And he just overtaken Ocon. I don't know if that's meant to be or not. Who actually hit him? I'm assuming it was Ocon. He has got a front wing though, so I'm not too sure. I'm being told safety car's in this lap already. Yeah, safety car lights are off. Let's get a quick replay of what happened then. If we can even. Being told it was Jack Crawford. So it's not been an opening lap to remember for Jack Crawford after starting second. Career best start. And only his 4th full-time start. And let's just get an onboard lap of him. Banging a lot of it there. Not really much happened actually until the chicane. The Dunlop chicane. Let's have a look. He's in 7th place. Russell's just got past him. Now he's on to 8th. So he doesn't pull. And he just gets in the curb. I think just trying to avoid people. And he goes very wide, down to 14th, 13th, 12th. And then a bit wide again. He's just got a lot of cars around him. And then what happens? Contact with Colapinto. It is. Colapinto just spins him round. And that's why we're in the safety car. They would have quickly. And then Bortoletto also around. So why did Colapinto spin him round then? I'm trying to be as quick as I can, by the way. Just to not miss out on anything. What happened to Colapinto then to cause this? He just sends a move down the inside and just spins him. I'd be very surprised if Colapinto doesn't get a penalty for that, to be honest. Very surprised indeed. Anyway, let's go back live. For about 2 minutes behind it. To be honest, I'd be surprised if they hadn't got back going by now. Also, everyone is in a 4th in delivery. I know. It's not even a 4th in delivery. It's like a weird 4th in delivery. Anyway, we are back going. It's 10 seconds ago. And it's Behrman versus Piastri. You're going to see any moves. There's Norris down. He's on both of them. And Norris, can he get the race lead? He can. That's a brilliant restart from the Brit. The championship leader who gets past his main championship rival currently. And Norris, he won the championship in 24. Almost won it in 25. Can he win it again in 26 and be a 2-time world champion? Or can Lando Norris and Behrman have something to say about it? That's Tsunoda out of front wing. It is. No, Yuki. The home driver has not got a front wing. What on earth happened to him? What has happened to Tsunoda? I cannot believe it. That is unbelievable. Tsunoda's not got a front wing. What happened to him? Safety car comes in. Is it into turn 1? No. Must be turn 3. It is into the back of his teammate. The golden rule broken. I mean, it's just a bit of... Yeah, how did he manage to do a move like that? What? With that, with no front wing is crazy, by the way. Hang on, we're a bit further ahead. There's no 21st now with that pit stop. Someone else came in. Who was that? It was Jack Doohan. He's also not got a front wing. What happened to him? Is this also turn 3? Oh, it's turn 1 into the back of Albon, I think that was. Is that Albon? It was. Just outbroke himself on the restart. I mean, they were all checking each other up. But unfortunately, Doohan also with damage. In the game we aren't. Just a bit ahead, so we'll give it a pause. Just to keep sakes. It's Behrman who leads from Norris. Any second now. There we go. So it's Behrman who leads Norris. Charles Leclerc in 3rd. How on earth? He started like 15th. 15th. How has he managed that? That is impressive from the Monegasque driver, the 2023 world champion, showing why he is in fact a world champion. There's now Verstappen's into the pits as well. Don't tell me he has damage. He has. Both Red Bulls have front wing damage in the space of 2 laps. Or 3 laps, whatever it is. I cannot believe it. That is unbelievable. Who did he hit then? It's a shocker for the former Honda suppliers. Or supplier. I mean, whatever they want to call it. Honda customers, I guess. The former home manufacturer suppliers. It's into the back of Russell. That is a huge shame. Why does it massively outbreak himself? That's a huge mistake from the 2-time champion. There we go. He's just come out of the pits, right at the back. Why isn't the pit for so long? I don't know. There we go. Jack Crawford all the way back up to 10th. That is impressive. After being at the back on the restart. He is rapid today. The Aston Martin, the only team with the Honda engines. The home customer, or home engine supplier, you should say. After being a Red Bull supplier since 2018, I want to say. Was it 2018? Yeah, 2018, Honda took over. This is the first year when Red Bull moved to Ford. Well, actually, I think technically it's Renault engines, but when we switch over, they're under supervision from Honda, let's just say, or Ford, whatever team I was on about. There's Leclerc into the lead. That's a great move through 100R. Is it 100R or 300R? I'm actually an idiot. 100R, yeah. No, this is 300R. There's now a Norris down, he's on Piastri, and Norris up into 2nd place. His top 4 seem to have broken away from the rest of them, with Gasly, Antonelli and Russell just behind. Reigning world champion George Russell in the number 1 car in 7th place, and even then there's a gap as Norris goes down, he's on Leclerc, and it's McLaren's versus Ferrari's currently at Fuji. As they go round the final corner, it's going to be Leclerc who leads it. Through Panasonic, turn 16. Who is that just in front? Oh, quite a bit in front actually. I'm not too sure. One of the back markers is Piastri. He have the DRS. He's going to make a move on Leclerc. Kind of got to mention that DRS is available this weekend. DRS, of course, only available at certain tracks in F1 Fantasy with just like long enough straights, I guess. And Fuji is one of the longest straights on the calendar. I'm not surprised it's been allowed, to be honest. And the last race of the Asian Tour is actually one other Asian race, well, Southeast Asian race, I should say. It's in Indonesia for the penultimate round of the season in December at Mandalika. It's Leclerc past Behrman and past Norris. No, Piastri as he is. Leclerc back in lead of this race. As Gasly and the rest of them have actually caught back up to this pack, which often happens when there's a bit of a breakaway. They catch up pretty quickly after. But Behrman versus Norris, and Norris in front of Behrman. That's nearly round the outside through 15. Is he going to get it done through nets? He is. And I'd nearly up to 4th place. As I was trying to say, this little Australasian, is that what it's called? I don't know. Oceania, Asian, whatever you want to call it. Oceasian, let's just call it that. Because it's like two Oceania countries, 2 Asian countries. To have this quadruple header to start things off, and we've got 4 cars battling for 1 position, and that's 2nd place. And it's the 2 McLarens going for it, and it's Norris in front. I swear my cursor just went weirdly across the screen there. Here's Jack Crawford out of nowhere. After being in 20th place around that on the restart, he's up into 6th. He's doing very well racing Oliver Behrman through 100R. The long right-hander. Not quite as quick as 130R. Now we go through the hairpin of turn 7, I want to say. Turn 6 and 7. But, it's not funny. But Behrman back in front of Crawford now. And it's Piastri in 2nd. Norris leads. Crawford sends one down his Arden Antonelli. He's going to get the move done. He can, I think. No, he's not. He has to go very wide. And actually, he does still try and send it. He'll have the opportunity into, I think this is turn 13. Oh, that's my phone getting thrown across the room. There's Crawford up into 3rd place. Crawford spins round. On the curb, I think that was. That's a 2nd spin for Crawford this race. This time it was all by himself. Has he been able to get back going? I'd assume so. There's quite a bit of a gap. He's up down to 11th. Behind Lawson, I think he just got in front of Hadjar. He'll have DRS still, thankfully, to catch back up. It's a huge mistake from Jack Crawford. Let me just see how turn 1 goes, then we'll cut back to a replay. It's Piastri in front of Norris. Antonelli almost hit. He does hit Norris. Little bit of contact there. As Crawford gets straight ahead in front of Liam Lawson. What happened to Crawford there? Let's have a look. Slow it down a bit. It's turning. He just goes wide onto the curb. And then just spins it. It's a weird one. And he just about finds a gap. It's actually quite good there. Decent to find that gap. Good preempting. And he'd already got in front of Colapinto as well. So doing well to catch back up. He's already shown that he can already. He didn't lose too much time, which is a good thing for him. And it's Drogovic, I think, is the car that's just in front. No, it's not. Drogovic, I think, is a lap down to the whole field. It's Jack Doohan just in front of the rest of the pack. Yeah, it is. Oh, actually, it's quite a bit of a gap. Now, anyway. But Drogovic, the huge way back. It's a huge shame for the caddy driver. Huge shame. Anyway. Piastri leads from Behrman, from George Ross now and Antonelli. So where's Norris gone? He's down to 6th place. Top 9 currently altogether. Piastri leading Gasly. Russell almost. Liam Lawson, of course, he's in this battle. He's currently in 10th place. Has Crawford gone off again? I think Crawford might have gone off again. He's not in, oh no, he is in that group, sorry. He isn't, I didn't see him earlier. Anyway, as I was trying to say, I'm not really going to go mad over these overtakes just yet, because we're on lap 10 of 67. Oh, there's Crawford's gone off again! I just said he thought I went off. Where's he gone now? He didn't actually spin that time, I don't think. He just went off the track. And immediately sends him even Colapinto. Goodness me, he needs to calm down a bit. Now he's spun round on his teammate! The golden rule again! Crawford, calm it, and now he hits Sainz. Unsafe rejoin. I mean, he was never off the track to begin with. What happened initially then? Going through the corner, and just into the back of Russell, and then spun by... Who was that? I mean, Russell just checks up, and Crawford, in all fairness, doesn't expect it. Yeah, Russell just stops. And who is this that he gets actually initially spun by? It's Charles Leclerc. So I think got a bit of damage there, did the Ferrari driver. Why did Russell just stop randomly, though? It wasn't for the corner. It definitely wasn't for the corner. He just brakes, I think, to avoid Norris. Then Crawford spins again off the back of his teammate. Let's have a look. Through the final corner, it's just a lunge. And I think he just outbraked himself, to be honest. It's a very weird corner. This, and actually 14 and 15. Anyway. Oh, way too far in front. There we go, we are back live. Crawford up to 12th. He's a driver to keep an eye on, that's why I do keep watching him. He qualified in 2nd place, and he's already shown a lot of pace this weekend. So, keep an eye on him. That's all I'm saying. You never know what will happen. Why is there so much debris on the entrance? It's still the same. No one else has had to pit, I don't think. Vesti, Nah, I don't think Vesti has had to pit. Did someone just lose their front wing there? I'm sure someone did. Don't think so. No, I don't think anyone did. Anyway, here we go, still battling for the lead. Anyway, as I was trying to say, before we got rudely interrupted by some great battling, Crawford's already back into this route, although he's flying this weekend. They just watching it, as I was saying, there's no point getting crazy over battles. Just battles won't affect the race, as Norris almost loses the car. If someone goes off, of course I'll go do Lally, but if it's just Formula E type battles, then I'm not too fussed about it, to be honest. As I was trying to say, quadruple header, I think that's the first time ever in Formula 1 we've had a quadruple header. Because it wasn't actually meant to be, it was meant to be a triple header. With New Zealand, Australia and China. But then of course the issue of the new cards, we had to wait a week for these ones to come in to get them. Yeah, it's Piastri to move on Gasly for the lead. Yeah, we had to make a quadruple header, which meant that we had... why am I stating the obvious? But yeah, we got a little break between this weekend in Japan and 2 weeks' time in South Africa. That'd be a nice one. First sprint race of the season as well. The sprint race will be on the old layout, and then the Grand Prix on the new one. Gasly's doing very well. Hasn't won for a while. When was the last time Gasly won? Was it? Did he win last year? I don't think so. I'll have a quick look. Race results. Didn't win last year. Did he win in 24? Nope. It's really been 2023 the last time Gasly won a race. That is crazy. It is. He finished 5th in the championship last year despite not winning the race. The last time he won a race, Pierre Gasly, He's quite far in front. Of course, that means nothing. Was when he got third place and had the most amount of wins in the 2023 season. The last win was the Dubai Grand Prix to end that season off. So that's a huge shock for the Frenchman. Look how many cars they are. They're all over the place. The top 9 separated by, I want to say, 3 seconds. Maybe 5. Call it 5 seconds. But it's close. It's a literal train that keeps overtaking each other. It's not like a DRS train. No, they're actually overtaking each other side by side. Russell past Leclerc. Colapinto on Perez. Piastri. Where's Crawford gone? I thought he'd be in this battle, to be honest. Did he gone off again? I hope not. No, he's with his teammate. About to get past him, I think. Into the chicane of Dunlop. Is it called Dunlop? Oh, it's a lunge on his teammate. Goodness me, calm it. It is called Dunlop. Nice. For Crawford, he already hit his teammate once. Doesn't want to do it again. Thankfully, it was only a one car thing and it didn't really matter because they're already back next to each other. Goodness me, this is the corner where they came together. It was more of an outbreak to himself, hit the back of his teammate kind of thing. Not really a trying to overtake him. He's just hit him again. These cars need to calm it. Anyway, let's go back to the lead. Antonelli versus Norris. What have we got coming up? I've already said about South Africa. That's in 2 weeks. The first sprint race of the season where hopefully we will be back in the current car, or debut in the 2026 cars, I hope, because don't mind 2013, but it's 2026, not 2013. I want to see the new regs. Anyway, after that, another 2-week break before Argentina on the 26th. At the last ever race run at the Potrero de los Funes street circuit. Of course, it meant to be shut, but they thought, you know what, the F1 cars run around them for one last race, and then I'll shut it for good. Debut at the Chicago street circuit, not the NASCAR one, a much more characteristic one, I'd say. It's quite a nice one. It's actually a double figure of 8. I mean, it kind of overlaps it twice. It's this weird hairpin in a tunnel, and that tunnel goes under the hairpin both times. But it's like a long hairpin, like at Troyton, like it kind of sticks out a bit, if that makes any sense. Anyway, 3 wide for the lead through the final corner, almost 4 wide for the lead. Anthony bounces over a curb, that's going to mess him up completely. And we've got a 4-car breakaway, you could say. And Leclerc, I think, will lead it. It's a Ferrari 1-2 as we stand. Where's Piastri gone, actually? He's into the second group, yeah. Dropped off to the second group, 6th to 17th. Even more cars in this one. It's Piastri doing well, though. Back up to 6th place. Started on pole, though. Here's the 5-car battle for the lead. There's a huge gap between Norris and his teammate Piastri for 5th and 6th as Russell gets in front of Leclerc. And Nelly in front of Behrman, the 2 former Premier teammates back in the F2 days. Behrman will go for it, and Behrman takes the lead in front of Antonelli. But Antonelli will fight back, and Antonelli does get the lead. That's a good move from the Italian. Anyway, back to the Chicago street circuit. I'm looking forward to it. Because it's just a street circuit, don't get many of them now. It's a brand new one, probably the only race will ever be run on this track, just like Seattle in 2023. Actually designed by the same person, some guy called Gran Turismo. Just Behrman back into the lead. After that, back on the permanent, another former F1 track in Mont Tremblant. Hosted F1 in the 60s, for twice I think it was. That would be a nice one. Nice little mountain circuit, very undulating. Then we got a good one. French Grand Prix, a brand new circuit on the outskirts of Paris. Magnificent park. It's similar to Le Mans, let's just say that, apart from the fact it's a permanent track, not a street track, but it's a big lap. It's 30 laps is the race, and it possibly could be a night race, we'll see. It's Antonelli back up to second place. Russell got past him, but just before. Yeah, other races. Dutch Grand Prix. This little section is kind of in dispute because at the moment it's Dutch Grand Prix on the 23rd, which says 39 laps. I'm gonna have to do some testing to see, because it's apparently quite a long lap, but we'll see. Anyway, yeah, Dutch Grand Prix will be fine. It's a street circuit. If you haven't got any conflict of interest. Week after, sorry, 2 weeks after, the Italian Grand Prix at Imola. Could be some conflict of interest. I can't remember exactly what series it was, but it's a double header in Imola. That's the issue. Because the back the week after on a different layout. So, yeah, that is the issue. That we have Verstappen up to 13th, racing with someone. Crawford's gone off. No, he's not. He's 6th. I'm just, yeah, an idiot. And then we have the exact same issue 2 weeks later, 3 weeks later with the Nürburgring doubleheader. They both have schedules of interest, or conflict of interest, whatever the word is. Mexican Grand Prix has the same issue, and actually going backwards, the Czechia and British Grand Prix have the same issues. I mean, it's not a definite that those races would have to be rescheduled. This race weekend had a conflict of interest with Super Formula Lights. But it was fine. They just... Oh, it's Crawford's gone off. What on earth happened on the back there? Crawford had to go straight on. Where is he? He's on up to 4th. Surely I have to let those positions by. I'm not sure what just happened there, to be honest. He's going slowly, yeah, I'm assuming to let everyone by, because he just cut the chicane. What happened there? That was weird. He lets everyone by, almost the whole field by. Doesn't manage it in the end. What happened there? He was 10th originally. Did he let by enough people? Interested to see if he did. Actually, let by too many people. It was originally 7th. So what happened then? Just what a lunge. Then just caught up into a Norris. So Norris with a big issue there. And then cuts the chicane, ends up 4th. So yeah, fair enough. He has to let them by. I'm assuming he wouldn't get a penalty because they just let hard racing happen now. So I think it should be fine there. Hoping it'll be fine anyway. Don't like seeing penalties being given out. Anyway, back live, he's already up to 7th again. Leclerc leads. Yeah, as I was saying, I'll have a look, see what series it is that are messing things around. I'll have a little look. Anyway, back to Fuji. Behrman leads. Now it's Antonelli who leads. I just saw a back marker just in front. I'm not too sure who that was. Is that Verstappen? Who pitted early? And Tsunoda. Where have they come from? Those two both pitted early on with damage. And they've come out of nowhere. And now they're in front. And Crawford goes wide through the final corner. Down to 15th. What happened to him? He must have gone off again. He did. I think we did. You did. Yeah, you would have seen that. I was quickly checking something. For Crawford, what happened there? Hang on, I have to go on board. I'm gonna have to go on board to see what happened there. Just hits the front right of Antonelli. That's just coming together. It's an unfortunate one. It's a huge shame. And then hits Norris as well, coming back on. What on earth? Norris must be that far back because of that's a lunge. Yeah, not that far back from what happened earlier on. So far, I think it's been chaotic racing, but I don't see any penalties. I hope we won't see any penalties anyway. As we go up the hill, let's watch on board this whole little battle. It's a big tank slapper from Crawford. Not sure if made contact with, I think that's called a Pinto. Just behind. Next up, Crawford's Verstappen in 7th place. Oh, it's another off. He just tapped Verstappen there. Goodness me, Crawford. He needs to calm it a bit. He's gonna come into the pits, I think, is he? He is. He's a little bit hit the wall there. He's a little bit uncertain. Crawford and Sainz. Sainz has got damage though. I think Crawford is just getting rid of the hardest. I think we are near the pit stop window. The first one. It's Russell who currently leads. What was I saying? I can't remember. Anyway, I'm gonna have a quick look at the circuits that have conflict of interest. Oh, I was saying about this weekend having the conflict of interest. What is it? No, it's conflict of interest. Yeah, it's Verstappen in a second. I was also mentioning Verstappen and Tsunoda, who pitted early on, who were already back up the front. They're a whole pit stop of everyone else, in front of everyone else, but they're not. The tyres aren't that much new. That's the issue. Sorry about that. But yeah, this weekend, Super Formula Lights, the reason why it's so early, it's like 4:30 in the morning, 12 PM local time, or 12:30 local time now, is because Super Formula Lights this weekend, they had one race. Super Formula Lights wanted to keep the, as Piastri comes into the pits, they wanted to keep the weekend the same as normal, so one race on the Saturday with qualifying, and then two on the Sunday. So they thought, you know what, instead of doing both races early, put them either side of the race, and we'll set the race at 12 o'clock, no issue. So, yeah, that's what we're doing, that's why it's so early. Well, it's lunchtime, but it's not exactly normal start time. 2024 US Grand Prix, I remember, was 12 o'clock, because of the Cup Series, when he did the NASCAR F1 double. That was a nice one. At Watkins Glen. Anyway, what was I saying? I'm going to look at races with conflicts of interest. First one I want to look at is Most. Because sometimes if it's like smaller series, they'll just boot the smaller one off, but if it's like an actual like broadcasted series, they do kind of care. Anyway, what weekend is it? 28th of June. It is just some German bike championship. I think that should be fine. Like there was some other racing on this weekend, but they just got booted off because they're not really broadcast, not that big a series. Let's do them another time. Like, yeah, then it's Brands. That could be a big series. They do like to show stuff. What weekend is it? It is 12th of July weekend. It's just some historic stuff. Depends, to be honest. That might not be shown. But the issue is there is literally something every single weekend at brands. The weekend after it's BSB. Ferrari Challenge UK the weekend after that. And it's more classic stuff. I'm not sure if that stuff gets shown though, so we'll have to see. I mean, it could just be moved week before. I don't know. Anyway, how's everyone doing? Norris back up to third. Piastri in 21st. What? Piastri's a lap down. I get he pitted, but I think he'll be fine. I think he's already pitted. I don't think there'll be any more of an issue than that. But where's Crawford who pitted? Where did he come out? He come out quite far back. He's there. Not that far back. I don't get why Piastri's that far back. He must have had an issue. Let's have a look. Did he pit for damage? No. He was 8th when he pitted. Normal pit stop. Just isn't going. Behrman came in and out as well. Oh, he hasn't got a rear wing. That's the issue. So someone's at the back of him. What's happened to him? Why hasn't Piastri got a rear wing? That's a huge shame. It's Oliver Behrman. That's outbreaking. And that, obviously, with Behrman lost his front wing there, that could be a penalty for Ollie Behrman. Speaking of penalties, I forgot to mention this earlier on. Colapinto has got a 5-second time penalty for what he did in the opening lap. It took 20 laps to reward that. Really? Really? Okay. Well. Oh, no, too far ahead. But yeah, 5 seconds for Colapinto for that lap 1 incident. And then that is under investigation already for between Piastri and Behrman for causing a collision. Piastri has now unlapped himself. Drogovic is dead and buried. It's Verstappen leads from Tsunoda. Red Bull 1-2, Blees who have already pitted. But I mean, it's even more impressive because they're in front of a lot of people that have pitted. Let's look at the debris field in the turn 1. Surely we get a safety car out for that. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Next up it's Imola. It was at the end of September. Actually, why are both of them? I think that, no, hang on. 6th and the 13th. The 13th shouldn't be question mark, but it is Italian F4 and co, so that could be an issue. They might have to go the week before. Which is fine, it's not the end of the world. It's just quite a prominent group of championships. Okay, Italian GT Endurance, Freck, Italian F4. I said Freck Wig, I'm about to say Frecker, then I realised it's not actually called Frecker anymore. That nearly gets past, who is that? Someone. What about the Nürburgring? Why is that? Question marks. The 4th of October on the Grand Prix circuit we've got, I'm not sure what that is, some stuff on, but the Nordschleife. That'll be the week before, I think. Like NLS or something? September 22nd, yeah, NLS on that weekend. Actually, that isn't NLS. What am I on about? No, that's not NLS. That's Rudson Challenge Nürburgring. Not NLS. So I don't know what that is. Anyway, back to the racing. Antonelli leads Tsunoda, leads Verstappen, who leads Lando Norris. It's top 4 looking strong. Where's the next car? Is it just that these 4 haven't pitted yet? I mean, these next four aren't that far back. And we got Maloney, Bortoleto, Porcher, Lawson, two Audis fighting each other. Lawson, the man who won the last Japanese Grand Prix at Autopolis. Back when he's in Red Bull for a few races, well, for a race, he had a few Red Bull drives to replace De Vries when he was in F1. There's Crawford, a little bit further back. Actually, can be quite a way back. He's got Hadjar up next. Yeah, there's quite a gap. Actually, hang on. No, there's not a gap. I thought there was somewhere else on track. Anyway, I'm gonna go. Well, actually, no, I'm not gonna go. I think Antonelli just pitted. He did. We've got Tsunoda, Verstappen, and Norris. I'm gonna let you watch this fight for a lap. I'll be back in a lap's time. In comes Lando Norris. For his first pit stop. Colapinto in as well, as is George Russell, and there's someone else just behind. I'm not too sure who it is. It's Charles Leclerc, so a few of the front runners coming in, and that leaves a Red Bull 1-2 of Gasly just behind the former Red Bull Academy driver. One, two, three for Red Bull Academy drivers, of course. People got into F1 through that Red Bull Academy. Who's fourth place? Is it someone who hasn't pitted? Maloney. I think who's first people to have pitted? It's Jack Crawford. First people have pitted. He is flying. We've got Porcher and Vesti and Ocon. Then it's Behrman. So these lot aren't really in it. The Caddies and the Hasses. And I'm surprised Hadjar's that far back in the V-Carb. Hadjar hasn't really done much yet since joining F1. Liam Lawson has definitely been the better V-Carb. This Hadjar just got overtaken by Crawford and Bortoleto. Of course, these Red Bulls are off strategy as Gasly pits. Both these Red Bulls had to pit early on with front wing damage. I would say that's why they're so far in front, but they did claw the gap back. And they did this all without having to overtake people through pitting. So, they're definitely there for a reason. They're definitely showing pace, both of them. What else is on this weekend? Let's have a look. Well, today is Saturday, or Sunday, sorry. We got after this race, well, currently on is the Spears Cars Tour West. Terrible showdown at the Las Vegas Bullring. Of course, clocks went backwards. That's around probably the end of the race now, maybe. GT World Challenge Australia just finished off their second race. We've got NDRC, Top Fuel and Nitro joining each other at the bend. The two Red Bulls are very close to each other. They're at the bend. They had their first round of both of them earlier on today. Round 2 will be just after this race concludes, about maybe an hour after it concludes, half an hour to an hour, just say that. And then, or maybe even 15 minutes, give it. They got round 2 then, and then no, hang on, I'm being an idiot. Round 2 just finished. They got their final round 3 at the end of this race. You can watch that on 7+. So, yeah, after VPN, yeah. Not exactly legal as Tsunoda peeled into the pit, so that's off strategy. Isn't going to be exactly much So Verstappen will take the lead, and it's actually Crawford, the man who is technically the net race leader. He's not been able. I'm hearing on team radio that he has been just tyre managing, but tyre managing with pace. He's not been going flat out, but he's been managing tyres as Behrman and Vesti overtake. I think Vesti has pitted already for damage, but I'm not too sure. Hadjar in third place, Bortoletto in fourth place. But it's Verstappen who leads. Let's watch these two for a bit. Ferrari Challenge Australasia. That's on the Ferrari YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure. In about half an hour's time. And then Porsche Sprint Challenge Australia. I don't actually know you meant to watch that this weekend. The only one I haven't found the stream for. Let me have a look, because race day that I watched, I don't think it has it fully updated yet. Don't believe so. I don't know. Anyway, then afterwards, it's not long after the race finishes. We got about, I think it's saying 45 minutes to an hour's gap between this ending and Super Formula Lights coming on. So we got the last little bit of action here at Fuji. Then just about 8 o'clock, got the shakedown. No, we got stage 7 for the Campionato Italiano Assoluto Rally Sparco Championship. Their opening round. We got the Le Mans Classic Series. We got the Espiritu de Montjuic. A few races on today at Barcelona. Someone came in. I'm pretty sure that was Verstappen. It is. So it's Crawford now who leads. And Bortoletto came in as well. So it's just Hadjar yet to pit. Bortoletto in. There's someone else in as well. That Fred Vesti it is. And then gonna assume Ocon. I thought one of the Haas cars it is. It's Esteban Ocon that comes in as well. Anyway. I'm assuming Hadjar will come in, but Behrman is closing up on him. We got Portimao. Well, then we got basically a few stages. I'm not going to do any more Italian Rally Championship. It's Behrman round the outside, very easy on Behrman on the soft tyres. So Hadjar has pitted already then, because he's on mediums, never started on hards. So actually no, sorry, Behrman's on mediums, Hadjar's on softs. But Hadjar kind of bumps and runs Behrman there. I didn't think you could do that in F1. But yeah, Hadjar has definitely pitted then, looking by his tyres. He must have had damage earlier on. But Behrman does get in front of him anyway on the harder but newer tyres. But yeah, as I was saying, we got World Superbike, Women's Circuit World Championship, World Supersport, and the brand new World Sport Bike Championships on this weekend. 2 races for World Superbike. Of course, we've got the Superpole race as well. All the others got 1 race on today. MX2 and MXGP are in Switzerland. We got Cascavel, some races on there. Turismo Nacional of Brazil. What else? Stock Car Pro Series. And TCR Brazil. Alongside TCR South America. We got Barber IndyCar. But we also got Porsche Sprint Challenge North America. And Indy Next on alongside it. We got MotoGP. Hang on. Then we got Porsche Sprint Trophy Brazil, Porsche Carrera Cup Brazil, and Porsche Sprint Challenge Brazil, all at Velocita. And then we're on track. We've got MotoGP and Co at Cosa, the old F1 track for America. Of course, we've got Moto3, 2 and GP, as well as Harley Davidson, brand new championship for them, kind of replacing Moto E. In a way, one goes out, one comes in. Harley Davidson Bagger Championship. What else we got? We got Sonoma, some racing going on there. SRO GT Championships. We got McLaren Trophy America, GT America, Toyota Gazoo North America, MotoGP, GT World Challenge America. And that is it for today. I had a few more stuff on earlier on as well. NASCAR, Martinsville Cookout 400, that would be a good one. At 8:30. Did I mention IndyCar? Porsche Sprint Challenge North America. Oh yeah, IndyCar. IndyCar's on at 6:17. Porsche, what's happened to him? Why is he so far back? Oh, I just come up. That's a 10-second time penalty for Oliver Behrman for causing a collision on Piastri. Not surprised there. That's a shame. There's 4 players who got in front of Piastri actually. Why is Porchera a lap down then? What's happened to Teo? He was in 9th place. He has no rear wing. That's a huge shame for the Frenchman. This was when? About 5 minutes ago. Just over. What happened to him? He's been spun round. Oh, is that Jack Crawford? It is. So Crawford spun him and lost his rear wing. He just driven to the back of him. We could see a penalty for that as well. Let me just have a look. Yeah, I'd missed that. That is under investigation. We might see an outcome shortly. About 10 seconds ahead. Yeah, we could see a penalty for Crawford there. Shouldn't it be similar to Behrman's penalty? But, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see. Anyway, is that it? We've got one more. We've got Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. The Buckeye Spring 50 at Atomic Speedway. It was meant to be Friday night, but now it's tonight. Got moved because of rain. Anyway, that's it. Also, we've got NASCAR Mexico in the Truck Series, and TC Pista and Turismo Carretera with their last races today. Not the season. Don't know why I said last races, but their races. And qualifying races for the Argentinian series. Yeah, that's it. Probably gonna get some sleep once this is done. Not sure if I want to bother watching anything else. But we will see. It's quite an early start today. Crawford is doing quite well. Who's that that's come out of the pits? One would say Jack Doohan. It is Jack Doohan. Crawford doing well. Behrman, I mean, he already was second. Hadjar versus Porcher. Unfortunately, Porcher, of course, a lap down though. But Behrman, I mean, Crawford could do something, but I mean, he's been pacey, and obviously something happened after the pit stops, which means he is so far in front. Like, he's going through the final corner now. No, he's not. He's in the final sector, though. And Behrman isn't that far behind. I think Behrman is like 12 seconds, I want to say, roughly. We have got a battle for the second. Anthony swoops round. It'll be Anthony versus Behrman for second place. Once Anthony can clear Porcher, so we've got a little battle coming on our hand. We'll go for a little break for a lap. See if they can catch up, and I'll see you then. Welcome back to Fuji. We're around the half race distance now. We're over the half race distance now. About 30 laps to go. And we've got Bearman versus Antonelli. Trying both of them to chase down Jack Crawford. Do they want to be fighting though? Because these two, if they just fight, they're going to slow each other down. And then that would just not be good because they won't be able to catch up to Crawford. So, not ideal. Who's fourth place? I'm surprised it's just these two. It's Sonoda. He was just about to get past Terrible Chair. I'm massively surprised that the two Red Bulls are where they are. Verstappen's in 6th place, not too far behind, fending off George Russell. Here's a nice little battle for 6th place. Nice 4-car battle. Is Russell going to get past Verstappen with DRS? He is. And the Mercedes driver gets past the Red Bull driver and into 2nd place. I was about to say, why am I watching Battle for the Lead? And I remembered there isn't really a Battle for the Lead at the moment. Anyway. Whoops. The two Alpines, I keep forgetting like who's teammate because of these stupid livery glitches. But we have got the two Alpines, 8th and 9th. They've been pacey this season so far. Hopefully once we go back to the 2026 cars they can stay that way. Of course Lotus were a pretty quick team back in 2013. They weren't the quickest team, but they were a quick team. But it's still Jack Crawford, the Honda engine at their home race, doing very well. Can Honda keep the streak going? It was a Honda powered Red Bull that won 2 years ago at Autopolis. And it was Gasly that won the Japanese Grand Prix the year before that at Motegi at the twin ring when having the double header with MotoGP. There's Gasly and Russell fighting each other. They should just cut off this battle as well. Crawford's now got Drogovic about to lap down for a 2nd time. Cadillac are not, so I mean they're not up to speed, yeah, but just unlucky. I mean, he had a huge crash to Drogovic at Troyton, which pretty much messed up their Chinese Grand Prix for both drivers. Thankfully it was 2 replacement drivers, because the other 2 drivers were elsewhere, one at Formula E in Madrid last week, and the other at 12 hours at Sebring. Even though apparently Golden Hurtle was at Sebring as well, but whatever. Here we go, we have got a proper battle for 2nd now. Antonelli, Bearman and Sonoda now catching up as well. And I've got a feeling that the Verstappen train will be pretty close soon. Where's Lando Norris? Oh, in that battle. He is not there the whole time, I swear. No, he wasn't. Come out of nowhere. Why have they dropped off so much? Snowden's got in front of Antonelli. Verstappen's getting past Porcher. Snowden now trying to get past Bearman as well. Are we going to see a move? And is that, I see, Crawford? It is Jack Crawford. He's been dominating since the pit stops. And Sonoda up to 2nd place. He's looking the fastest. I think he is on the freshest tyres though. Crawford's tyres are 20 laps old. He did 20 laps in the first set of hards. So if that was because the hards were dying, he might have issues with tyres coming up, but he has been managing tyres in this stint. As Bearman and I'm assuming Antonelli will both lap Drogovic at the end of this straight. Blue flags, remember, don't come into force anymore. They are just a reminder that there's a faster car behind. You don't have to let anyone by or anything. No obligation, but Bearman does get past Drogovic pretty easily, and next up it is Antonelli to get past the Brazilian. I mean, this isn't a driver that's slow. This is the race winner in Formula 1. He won the Turkish Grand Prix 2 years ago. He has been up there before, and I just think this, the car, I mean, we saw how good Vesti was at the back end of last year. He won the Bahrain Grand Prix, yes, for Mercedes, I know, but he still won it. And then when he came back to Williams after that one race with Merck, he wasn't slow, he was decent. And then Cadillac, he already drove for them for IMSA. Drogovic, similar, apart from it wasn't a full-time drive, it was a Daytona 24 hours drive. They're both familiar with the Cadillac environment, so tired. Anyway, we have got a battle for the lead brewing up. What was I saying, actually? Oh, I can't remember what I was trying to say there. That's annoying. What was I in the middle of saying? Oh yeah, Cadillac. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they took the risk knowing that a brand new team wouldn't be up there. But it's the first time we've got a brand new team since Haas. Haas went exactly off the pace. I'm surprised Cadillac aren't that quick. And I mean, Haas, what has happened to them? I mean, Haas were pretty much a one-man team last year. Let's have a look. Because Haas were pretty much a one-man team last year. Bearman second and third in the championship, 5 points off winning it. And then Ocon kind of nowhere in 72 points. But he had a decent start to finish. Ocon was incredibly unlucky. He had only 3 points score. He scored points in 3 Grand Prix. That's a third place, and a second place. He was incredibly unlucky. As Crawford, what on earth is he doing? A bounce over the curb there. And he's down, he's lost the lead. I think his tyres might be gone. Because he went wide through that final corner and now Tsunoda's going to get past him. Now Nelly leads this race. I think Tsunoda will get past Crawford, maybe. Or will he? No, he won't. Crawford will hold on. Yeah, as I was saying, Ocon very unlucky. Snowder's trying to get past. Snowder's onto the grass. Goodness me, Crawford. Fishing him off almost. For his sudden investigation of that poor sharing incident. I don't know why it's taking so long. There's now Tsunoda going for a move on Antonelli and Tsunoda into lead of this race. Absolutely brilliant racing here at Fuji. Ocon, I mean, he did score other points. He won the sprint race in Argentina, did Ocon, and the sprint race in Spain. Got a third in the sprint race in Belgium, 7th for the sprint race in Bahrain. That's all his points. So he performed when he did. As Crawford bounced over even more curbs and almost spun the car around. That's a brilliant save from Crawford. Oh, and he spun now this time on the curb again. Just like he did earlier on in this race. Goodness me, yeah, his tyres are gone, surely. Surely he goes into the pits now. Down to 5th place. He's been all over the place this lap. He stays out though. Where's Verstappen come from? He's up to 2nd place. He was not in this battle. He come from absolutely nowhere. But yeah, as I was saying, Ocon incredibly unlucky with Bearman very much overperforming the Haas car. I think both Haas cars could have been up there if it wasn't for those issues. They were third, the constructors. But I think part of it this season, initially the first 4 races at least, is Verstappen goes for the lead. I think initially, it's just the fact they're in Caterham cars. Like, they're just not that quick. Them and Manor, very slow in 2013. And it's just a shame. Hopefully next week we're able to show their real pace. It's Tsunoda kind of holding up Antonelli there through that corner. Tsunoda on the soft tyres, Antonelli on the mediums. Confusing me because the tyre colours in 2013 were different. Both the super softs there. But Antonelli back in front of Tsunoda into second place. And Tsunoda, elbows out though. They're side by side through the final sector. Who gets the DRS? Let's have a look. Will it be Tsunoda or Antonelli? I think it'll be Kimi Antonelli that will get it. Let's see. It's Tsunoda. Tsunoda gets it. And he will have the speed boost. He shuts it before the end of the straight. Don't really get that. Antonelli runs over some debris. Whatever it's called. But Antonelli is in second place. He did manage to keep the position. Good defending skills from him. Behrman might have pitted actually. I think he has. Yeah, Ollie Behrman has pitted. That's why he's fallen off. He's in the pits right now along with Carlos Sainz. So how do I get past both of them? Leclerc down to 16th. This Piastri comes back in. I'm surprised Piastri's that far. Leclerc's that far back. He was up there earlier on. After qualifying poorly, he has started amazingly. But unfortunately, he's just further back. But it is Verstappen who leads. Hasn't won since Bulgaria last year. I mean, that wasn't that long ago. Antonelli, US last year. Tsunoda, Belgium last year. Tsunoda will want this race at his home Grand Prix. Pretty much more than anything. Three drivers who are used to, well, I'm going to say not used to winning, they're not, what's the word? They're not new to winning, let's say. They all have one, no, I mean, they all have one Grand Prix win. Antonelli's got one Grand Prix win, Tsunoda with two. I mean, one was a full race distance, of course, and 4 points, and Verstappen, I mean, quite a lot more wins than the three of them. But has been quiet of winning, and we haven't really had any drivers dominate race after race since 2022 when the new rules came in. It was a Verstappen dominant year that year, and since then he's won how many races? 3, I think, since 2022. I'm just trying to remember. It was that back-to-back wins at Le Mans and Vallelunga. And then it was Bulgaria last year. That's been it for the two-time world champion. Didn't win at all in 2023. And now Antonelli goes for the lead. Verstappen's going to fight back though. I think Verstappen got the DRS. And he gets the move done. He doesn't get it completely done. But he'll have DRS and so will his teammate. I'm assuming... Let's see what happens towards turn 1. We've got 20 laps to go. Only Tsunoda with DRS. Why hasn't Verstappen got it? A bit confused there. He does make the move on his teammate. He tries the lunge on Antonelli as well. Is he going to make it done? He does. It's a great double move from Tsunoda. What happened to Crawford, by the way? I haven't seen him for a bit. Assuming he pitted. He hasn't pitted. He's fighting with Norris. Just behind. So he's actually stayed out. He goes into the asphalt. Oh, goodness me. Careful, you two. So he is still going. I'm surprised he hasn't pitted, but I mean, if he feels the tyres are still fine, if it was just like some mistakes that he made, don't really blame him for staying out. I mean, the liveries aren't identical. Like, you can look at them. I mean, you can see the Mercedes thing on Antonelli, but it's still like just a bit annoying that we can't have the actual liveries. I mean, we had them in qualifying, but it's just weird race issue that I don't really understand. Hopefully, not gonna be an issue next race in South Africa, and I'm kind of gonna enjoy the rest because one, All the Snowder peels into the pits. So Snowder's in. And he's the first of the front few to bite pit lane. So it'll be Antonelli and Verstappen that lead. Antonelli versus Verstappen now for the race win. Norris got in front of Crawford. 2 more come in. Well, they're actually still fighting. I'm bump drafting each other down this front straight. Goodness, they are bump drafting each other. Crawford inside Norris. Who else came in? It was Gasly and Maloney. Crawford up to 3rd place, though he did get in front of Norris there. It's a decent little battle. Norris will fight back into 3. He's going to get it done. He's not. There's a little bit of contact, actually, I think. They bang wheels again. These two have been all over each other. Goodness me. Goodness me. Crawford, remember, still under investigation. Surely he pits soon, though. To like a medium or a soft. I feel like, he's gone 10 extra laps. He's done the first set of hards. So this is just trying to lengthen it out. He's the only one that went from hard to hards. I mean, I would say to ensure a 2-stop. Or 3-stop. No, yeah, 2-stop. But no one's doing a 2-stop. Not with these tyres. The tyres aren't as durable. Anyway. Crawford goes through the final corner. How are the top 2 doing? That is them in front, I assume. He still stays out. That isn't them, is it? No, Verstappen's in. It is Antonelli. Verstappen's pitted. In comes the Dutchman. So just Antonelli, and I'm assuming they'll be pitting soon then. And Crawford's done very well, actually, to last this long. The extra 10 laps now it is. And I'm being told box this lap for Crawford. So it was 10 extra laps he went. He pits on lap 50. Anyway. Oh, I cannot believe what I've just seen. 10 seconds off go for Crawford. For collision with poor chair. It takes so long. And they've just given it. I mean, it gave about a lap ago. Or half a lap ago, I've just seen it. About a minute ago being given. 10 seconds stop and go. Behrman got a 10-second flat. And I mean, that's probably why he's so far back. Because of that 10-second penalty. He's free coast for his teammate now. But I caught the Pinto shot off a bit as well. I'm surprised about that. But a 10-second stop go is huge for Jack Crawford. I mean, he's about to pit. And you can serve a stop go within a pit stop. But I mean, no, you can't. It's a 10-second stop go. What am I on about? But he stays out another lap. His Antonelli comes in. That's confusing. So he defies team orders. Has he been told about the penalty? Do they know about the penalty? I cannot believe, like, 10-second stop go. But Behrman got a 10-second flat. I don't understand that. Pretty much the exact same incident. I mean, Crawford did spin him around. And I feel like maybe Behrman's was a bit more lenient because they were all checking up. Whilst Crawford just planed over into the back of him and spun him and ruined his race. But then again, Behrman ruined Piastri's race. So, I don't know, as Crawford now comes in, I mean, will it be to serve it or to pit normally? I feel like, I don't know, because he wanted me to pit around now anyway. As Norris comes in with him. Let's see what happens. Someone else in as well. There's another car in. Crawford will lose a whole lot of positions. Russell comes in. And who else is there? Bortoletto. So Crawford, no, he doesn't serve the penalty. He goes on to the softs. I'm assuming this will be the last pit stop for Crawford. He'll just stay out and see what happens. He's going to have to do one more pit stop to serve that 10-second stop go. That is huge. And it's Tsunoda who leads from Verstappen now. Liam Lawson in third. Portier is in the way, the back marker. Lawson, I'm assuming he'll pit this lap maybe. Antonelli in fourth place. So the top three that were pretty close earlier on have dropped back a bit. And Behrman's caught up as well, despite that 10 seconds time penalty. He could have just served the normal pit stop, unlike Crawford that can't do that. It's just a huge shame. He had so much pace, and any chance of at least a podium is now surely gone for Crawford. If even points, will he even get points this race? Surely he will. I want to see where he comes out. How are we doing? Here we go. This is a battle of Verstappen and Lawson, but will Lawson peel in? He doesn't. Lawson's still out, but I mean, I'm sure he'll pit. He's been nowhere near all race. What is the gap now? Where's actually? I want to see Crawford. Crawford's come in to serve it. Here we go. The long agonising 10 seconds. In comes Vesti as well. Just cannot believe it from Crawford. There we go. That is it. th place with how many? 15 laps to go. I mean, even Tsunoda is going around the final corner. Whilst Crawford comes out the first one. I mean, going for 100R now. It's a little bit further in front. But that is just a huge shame. You've got a feel for Crawford. He's done everything right this weekend, apart from avoiding Crawford. I mean, Portier, sorry. I think that was Lawson that came in. Yes, it was. So we've got a battle to lead between the two Red Bulls. Former Honda power cars going at it. Now powered by Ford, of course. It's Antonelli just got in front of someone. No, he didn't. What am I on about? How is Anthony doing? And where would Lawson come out? Would it be in front of Crawford? I'd assume he would be in front of Crawford. Next up for Crawford is Jack Doohan. I mean, you got a three-car battle here between Albon, Doohan and Piastri. That Crawford is next up for him. How is Leclerc that far back? He's via Cadillac. Fred Vesti. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And Behrman and Antonelli are pretty close, actually, to the top two. So it'll be interesting to see how this goes. I want to watch these two, then I want to watch Crawford as well. See how he manages up the field. Currently 17th place. Lawson came out in 16th. How did Lawson... He was third, and he comes out in 16th. That is beyond me. But we have got Verstappen versus Tsunoda for the win. The Battle of the Bulls. The two that were so far back after both having damage. Tsunoda went into the back of Verstappen. Verstappen into the back of... I can't actually remember. But, yeah. It's very impressive that these two managed to claw back the way they have. I mean, they were with the front pack with a pit stop on them each. They both did such a good job to catch back up to the pack. And now one of them could win it. Or can Kimi Antonelli do it? Verstappen round the outside. They don't want to crash each other out. Surely they just hold position for a bit. You expect the whole position. Anyway, I'm going to go for a quick lap. Let you watch this battle, and I'll see you afterwards. Hello and welcome back to Fuji. Gone for a little bit longer than I wanted to be, but oh well. While I've been gone, you've had a little battle to watch. Verstappen snowed up. Party crashed by Antonelli. I'm not doing too badly now. Crawford watch up to 12. He got in front of Piastri and Lawson. And Hadja, I believe, doing an Albon, yeah, they both pitted. So Crawford watch, he's got 10 laps and he's in 12th. Sorry about that. Where is he in terms of other people? He is not far behind. I reckon he can probably get Gasly and Sainz. Bortoleto, Russell. It's quite a gap between Bortoleto and Russell. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, it's battle for the lead. Antonelli leads it now. Verstappen down inside on his teammate with DRS, I'm assuming. And he does get into second place. Anyway, now sorry about that. Verstappen in front of Antonelli. Antonelli's gone from first to third in a lap. Trying to get back up to second though, which he's unable to do. Fourth place, who is that? And are they anywhere near this battle? It's Behrman, and he is not too far behind. Don't know if he'll be able to catch up or not. Verstappen about to move away. Anthony and Snowden going back at it. Crawford up to 10th, who is back into the points after that 10-second stop go. Next up is the man whose teammate he took out, Gabriel Bortoleto. I'm assuming they'll be pretty close. They are right by each other. And he goes for the move, which he gets done. And up into 9th place. Next up is a little group quite further in front. Might take a few laps to catch up if he can. But he has got the fastest lap as Crawford. He is pacey. We'll see what happens there. Antonelli gets in front of Verstappen. Snowden almost does as well. He does get him. He sent it on Antonelli, but I don't think it will work out. No, it doesn't, or will it? They're side by side through 100R. Through 9. Actually, no, that's the corner before 100R. There we go. That's 100R. And they weren't side by side. They go through the Dunlop chicane. More of a double hairpin, to be honest, but yeah. Nice little sequence of corners. Antonelli does still lead. Snowden all at the back of him. Snowden, what a move that is round the outside. Through nets. And then through Panasonic, he'll have the lead. What he won't have is DRS, which that'll be given to Antonelli. The rain schedule for this weekend has thankfully gone away. That's nice to see. Snowden, can he win at home? He leads with 7 to go. 60 on a 67. Behrman catching up as well. Who's next for Behrman? Colapinto. I don't see Colapinto getting into this battle. But he could get into this battle. Is Oliver Behrman. Here's Crawford. He's got his teammate next up ahead of him. I've got on board with him. Is he going to be able to catch up to his teammate? Surely Maloney knows Crawford's faster. He's on the newer, fresher tyres, and he's actually right behind his teammate now. He's going to try and do anything. He hits his teammate! They've taken each other out again! The Aston Martins crash! And that is unbelievable. I cannot believe it. They've crashed into each other. That is unbelievable. The golden rule of racing has been broken twice in one race by the Aston Martins. And any chance of Crawford to potentially get a result out of this, with the pace he's had all weekend, has been dashed. He's back down to 9th place. Surely he'll get past Bortoleto at some point. He holds on. We'll get a replay of that in a second. In terms of the front runner battle, it's Snowden. Antonelli just got in front of Verstappen. Crawford gets it and he'll get the DRS as well, I think. Bortoleto fights back though, Verstappen gets back in front of Antonelli. And they're side by side, but Crawford will open the DRS in what could be the last time ever, or one of the last times ever opening DRS in Formula 1. Because once they get the new cars, Crawford slides through the first corner and Bortoleto back in front. And I was trying to say, I'll get a replay of that incident in a second. That is under investigation. Behrman now are definitely in this battle. Behrman could reclaim the championship lead. Actually, I don't think he will. But it'll be close to him and Norris. If he can potentially win this race, I think he possibly... No, I don't know. It'll be close. We'll see what the championship looks like after this race. When we get to South Africa. in 2 weeks' time. Might probably put a YouTube community post on Behrman, drop back a bit though. How has he dropped off that much? He hasn't got an issue, has he? They're going to be 3 wide. Investigation after the race will be that collision between Maloney and the 2 Aston Martins, Maloney and Crawford. But Antonelli leads from Verstappen and Tsunoda. Absolutely brilliant racing going on here. Crawford did get in front of Bortoleto. Next up's George Russell, but quite a gap. I don't see it. I think that'll be 8th place to Crawford, which is a huge shame considering the pace he had all weekend long. 2nd on the grid. Spun on the opening lap, down to like 20th. And then was able to climb back up the field and stay for a few laps. Just kept getting spun round. The 10-second stop go, collision with his teammate. I'm being told it's more of a 6 to 1 half dozen of the other by race control. So, yeah, Tsunoda gets back the lead. Not long to go at all. There'll be 4 to go when they cross the line. Four laps to decide the Japanese Grand Prix winner. It'll be the 3rd win of the season. Of course, the last 2 won by Norris. He is out of it. Behrman, I mean, he could win and get his 2nd win of the season. His 3rd in Formula 1. No, 4th, sorry, in Formula 1. It's only his, sorry about that, 2nd year in Formula 1. Is this the reincarnation of Lewis Hamilton? I mean, yeah, similar rookie season. Similar rookie season where he did well, almost won the championship. Could we see a Behrman championship this year? Who knows? The only difference is Behrman wasn't really in a competitive team and still massively overperformed that Haas car. Now he's in a Ferrari, replacing, actually, funny enough, Lewis Hamilton, who after he retired at the end of last year. As Tsunoda leads, though, his home Grand Prix. It'll be 3 to go now when they cross the line. We are so close to being done. I'll get my drink ready before I end up screaming on the last lap. But Antonelli will lead with 3 to go. But he won't have the DRS that everyone else will have. Crawford's got in front of George Russell. The gap was huge. You know, he's already up in his group. Crawford, now he's going past Colapinto as well. Next up for him will be Lando Norris. Colapinto, he couldn't know. The gap's way too big. No chance. I mean, unless they slow each other down by battling as Behrman's in. So that's another position gained. Could Crawford pull a Behrman? I mean, he didn't have the best opening 3 rounds. But Crawford, I mean, he has got experience. He raced in 2024 in India. A few races last year. Didn't really show anything, though. But he's up to 4th. He's got in front of Norris. That's more positions dropped for the... Oh, I mean, Behrman did just pit, which massively helps out Lando Norris. Where did he come out? 13th. 13th. His tyres just couldn't last, and that's a huge shame. If only for Behrman, as Antonelli almost hits the back of Tsunoda, that'll invite Verstappen to go down the inside through Dunlop. But Antonelli will have inside for the next bit, Verstappen inside for the next one, and Verstappen into 2nd place. And we're back to Red Bull 1-2 with 2 to go. Verstappen trying to get past his teammate, and Verstappen into the lead. It's the man who dominated the very wet Japanese Grand Prix 2 years ago. I'm surprised he avoided a very wet Japanese Grand Prix this year. How it didn't rain, I don't know. It was almost certain to rain this race, so I don't get how that happened. I mean, Verstappen, when it was in the dry at Motegi, it actually was also a very wet weekend. The MotoGP race got cancelled and, well, shortened because of rain. But then it dried up for the Grand Prix afterwards. Verstappen ended up crashing out of that race. But Antonelli back into the lead. It's the Mercedes driver against the 2 Red Bulls with 2 to go. Antonelli also in the 2nd year, just like Behrman. The 19-year-old, the teenager, he's already won once in Formula 1. Can he win again? The white flag will be out this time by. Still got about half the lap to go though. The first, I mean, it seems like a short track, but that final sector is very technical, very twisty, and that's what makes Fuji Speedway so iconic. It would be nice to all Crawford sliding. Crawford? What? He's not that far behind. He is not that far behind. Keep an eye out for Jack Crawford on this final lap. These three battling are slowing each other down massively. And Crawford on the fresher tyres. You never know. Verstappen, Antonelli, Tsunoda. Tsunoda's in! His tyres aren't going to last one more lap. Both of their tyres must be gone then. Antonelli and Verstappen. But they're side by side as we see the white flag. It'll be one time to go here in Fuji. Neither of them have DRS. I don't understand how that works. If they go into turn 1, who will have it? It'll be Antonelli who leads. He gets the lead. Second corner. And then the third one. They'll stay in orderly fashion. Crawford is catching up as they go through 100R. You got an opportunity here to make a move if you need to, if someone makes a mistake. Crawford's now right behind them. Their tyres must be gone because Crawford is battling. Crawford is trying. He's come so much this race. I said my throat would go. I can already feel it going. Crawford had a 10-second stop go. Spun multiple times. Verstappen down the inside through Dunlop. Crawford down the inside through Dunlop. Antonelli down to third place. Only chance of him winning surely if Crawford goes off the track. He's into the grass. That could be it for Crawford. Antonelli pushes Verstappen off the grass. He barges him through. Verstappen into the rear of the Italian. And he's got the big, weird corner. That's a big room on the inside. Crawford dives 2 corners in one. He's not going to do it. And I think Verstappen's had it unless Crawford dives down the inside. He's got one more corner to go. He sends it. And Crawford, surely no, he's not. Verstappen gets it done. He'll win the Japanese Grand Prix. Second and third, who gets it? It's a drag race to the line. Antonelli, you will have DRS. Crawford will get DRS. I think they both get DRS. But Max Verstappen wins the Japanese Grand Prix. What a lap that was. I cannot believe it. That is some racing. Just like always here in F1 Fantasy. Oh, where's Crawford going? I mean, it's the first podium in Formula 1. Let him do the donuts. I'm assuming that is what he's doing. It is. Let him do them. Jack Crawford, you got a podium, my friend. What a race that is for him, the young American. He's been Aston Martin's academy driver for so long. They're a second driver for so long. And in his 4th attempt, when he gets the full-time show to replace Lance Stroll, he does it. He is so much better than Stroll already. It's America, he beats Canada. Remember that incident with Maloney under investigation for causing this collision. Maloney ends up 10th. It's a fast lap point. Tsunoda 12th place. You could not make this up. It's so unlucky. That's not the first time he's pitted late on and lost points. It's a huge shame. He started pole 3 times. And I think the majority of his points this season have been those points. He just gets so unlucky. Anyway. Let's have a look at what happened then between Crawford and Maloney. When would it have been? Possibly here? Yeah, there's Maloney just in front. It'll be on this lap because you can see how much they closed up on that lap. We were originally watching on board. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah. Crawford could be in trouble for that. He could lose that second place. Let's slow it down. He's trying to go here. The speed he's carrying is much more speed. Crawford kind of goes wide. I mean, Maloney goes wide. He wants the same tarmac, the closing speed. Maloney's obviously going to get there. Maloney moves to the inside. Just moves too late. Spins his teammate around. Almost flips him over. Goodness me. I want to see off board. He reminds me of the two Red Bulls in 2018, Verstappen and Ricciardo. And it was Verstappen, the car in front, that was heavily blamed for that incident. I mean, Maloney does definitely block him. I think that could be put as 6 of one, half a dozen the other. Goodness me. Yeah, that could be 6 of one, half a dozen the other. One more look at it. I mean, 100R is weird, because it's got multiple lines. You can do the line that Maloney did, and go out wide, then cut back. Or you could go where Crawford is on the inside. And let's have a look. One more time. I think 6 of one, half a dozen the other. Is there an angle? Let's have a look from here, from the stationary. I think it's 6 of one, half a dozen the other. But it's not up to me. It's up to the stewards. One more on board and Maloney. Then we'll go rearward camera for Maloney. And then we'll go through results. I don't know. I mean, he goes... No, he doesn't even go wide. You can see the black stuff. That's where most of the cars have been going this race. So, I don't know. We'll see what the stewards say. We'll see what the stewards say. Let me go off... not off board. There we go. This is what I want to see. I mean, Crawford was on the same line. Slow it down. I mean, if it's a collision between teammates, the stewards should just let him settle it civilly. I don't know. Crawford never changes his line though. Apart from when he tries to make the move. I don't know. We'll see what the stewards say. If they get a decision done before we go off air or not. We will see. I'm being told, by the way, Crawford is probably one of the quite nice overtake near the start of the race. Let's have a look for it. When would it have been? I'm not too sure when it would have been. Here it is. Is that it? I think that was it. Just a dummy. Loses the rear of the car and still makes the position. That is incredibly impressive. Got a better angle of it? Off board? Not sure. Don't think we do, unfortunately. Which is a huge shame. Oh no, we do have a better angle. Here we go. Sends it on Snowder and Sainz. Loses the car. That is an unbelievable overtake. Just like Massa at Singapore. Anyway, let's go through results then. Finally, we've been going for ages now. At the back, we got Drogovic, Porsche, Ocon, all really kind of involved in incidents. Sainz, Doohan, Vesti, Albon, Piastri in 15th for your pulse here. That is huge. Hadjar, Leclerc, Tsunoda in 12th. That's a huge shame. Then we got Gasly, Maloney. These are your point scorers now. Maloney, Lawson, Behrman managed to get to 8th place after pitting late on. Bortoletto, Colapinto, Russell in 5th, Norris in 4th. That's a good 12 points for him in this championship fight. Antonelli in 3rd, Crawford in 2nd with the fastest lap point, and your race winner, Max Verstappen in the Red Bull Ford. That is a great result for him. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time. I'll give you your timings for the sprint weekend in South Africa. Let's have a look. Weekend of the 12th of April. Sprint qualifying at 3 p.m. UK time. Sprint race at 11 a.m. Then on the Saturday, and then on the Sunday, qualifying at 10 a.m. and lights out at 2 p.m. UK time. So we'll see you for then. Goodbye.